Sure, here's the fully modified version of the article, delivered as a direct and uninterrupted speech-style narrative with rich detail and flow. President Donald Trump, during a high-profile meeting in the Oval Office, turned global eyes once again to South Africa as he raised the sensitive and controversial issue of ongoing attacks on white farmers in the country. Sitting alongside South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, Trump did not hold back from broaching what he described as an escalating crisis, one some have even labeled as a genocide. The conversation quickly became a tense diplomatic exchange, with Trump pressing Ramaphosa on the reality of violence against white landowners in South Africa. Ramaphosa pushed back, insisting the situation was more complex than headlines suggested, but Trump persisted. He said he had a deep personal interest in South Africa, given the number of friends he has who call it home. He rattled off familiar names, personal connections that underscored the gravity with which he views the issue. Professional golf champions Ernie Els and Retief Goosen, both of whom were in the room during the meeting, nodded along. But the name that caught everyone's attention was Elon Musk. Elon's from South Africa, Trump said, pausing for a moment. But I don't want to get Elon involved in this, not this one. The room responded with a few chuckles. That's all I have to do, right? Get him into another thing. He's got enough. Trump smirked, referring to the Tesla and SpaceX CEOs' mounting involvement in issues far beyond technology. Trump went on to elaborate that Musk wasn't at the White House to talk about politics or conflict. This is what Elon wanted, he said. He came here on a different subject, sending rockets to Mars. Okay, he likes that better. He likes that subject better. He emphasized once again that Musk had not been drawn into the conversation about South African policy, despite being physically present at the Oval Office gathering. Still, Musk's connection to the issue couldn't be ignored. Long critical of the South African government, Musk has previously described the attacks on white farmers as part of a broader genocide. His voice, amplified through his platform X, formerly Twitter, has drawn attention and controversy to the subject. In the days leading up to the Trump-Ramaphosa meeting, Musk's AI chatbot Grok, powered by his company's advanced language models, came under fire. Critics accused Grok of pushing unsolicited commentary on race-based violence and politics in South Africa. The backlash was immediate. According to the Associated Press, Musk's AI firm claimed that an unauthorized modification had been made to Grok's algorithms, which caused the bot to veer off script into contentious racial topics. A spokesperson for the company insisted that corrective action had been taken, and the rogue behavior had been addressed. Despite that, the damage was already done. Grok's responses had reignited a long-simmering debate about censorship, race relations, and how emerging technologies can shape, or distort, public opinion on international crises. Back in the Oval Office, Trump pivoted back to broader themes. He said that the U.S. wants a strong, fair, and equal partnership with South Africa, but made it clear that concerns about the treatment of minority groups, in this case, the white farming community, would not be swept under the rug. I care about people, Trump stated. I don't care what country they're in. When I hear about murder, when I hear about land grabs, when I hear about fear, I have to say something. Ramaphosa, for his part, attempted to reframe the issue. He spoke of land reform, historical injustices, and the complexities of rural crime in a diverse and struggling society. But Trump seemed unmoved by those explanations. This is not about history. This is about today. This is about people being killed. This is about families not knowing if they'll wake up safe, he said. That's not something I'm going to be quiet about, whether it's in South Africa or anywhere else. The former president then pivoted to the topic of U.S.-Africa relations more broadly. He criticized what he called ineffective diplomacy of previous administrations and reiterated his commitment to forming partnerships based on mutual respect and common sense. He called out foreign aid waste, trade imbalances, and global organizations that take America's money and do nothing with it. He signaled that under his leadership, African partnerships would be more focused, direct, and tied to measurable outcomes, security, investment, and mutual growth. The presence of Musk at the meeting, even though not a direct participant in the conversation, loomed large. His voice on the matter, both as a native South African and a global tech titan, underscored the intersection of politics, business, and public discourse in shaping narratives about conflict. And while Trump was careful to say he didn't want Musk involved in this one, the reality is that Musk's influence is already felt, both through his companies and his opinions. The moment was symbolic. A president speaking about foreign policy with a tech billionaire looking on, a reminder that today's diplomacy is often as much about public figures and private platforms as it is about governments. After the meeting, reporters clamored for a statement from Musk. He did not make one, choosing instead to exit quietly. But speculation ran wild. Would Musk eventually weigh in more heavily? Would he back Trump's claims more publicly? Would Grok once again speak out of turn? As the world waited for the next headline, one thing was clear: the merging of artificial intelligence, celebrity, and geopolitics is no longer the future, it is the now. And in this new world, a conversation about white farmers in South Africa can suddenly pull in the world's richest man, a president, and a nation's struggle, all within the walls of the Oval Office.